This video is long overdue. In pretty much exactly 1 week, the remake for Story of Seasons A Wonderful Life is coming out, and in preparation I want to do a few Story of Seasons and Harvest Moon videos to kind of get me excited for what's ahead and finally playing that game in a new version once again. So in today's video we are first of all drinking a 2018 Royal Pour, so cheers to you. And we are doing an unboxing for a game I bought a couple of months ago, and that is the special edition, or Deluxe Edition as it's called, of Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town. And I've been playing this for many hours and I want to give you my opinion on it. So I'm off, I need to clean the kitchen, do some housework, and then we are returning right here to unbox this game. Alright, here we are. Thank God you cannot see me. It's quite hot here in Germany. Summer has arrived. We have close to 30 degrees. And I just went out, brought glass to the recycling container, did a bit of shopping. And now we are here to unbox Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town, Deluxe Edition. So I got this used. This came out I think 2 years ago, and I skipped it because it didn't look like my thing, but I said now the other collector's editions or deluxe editions of the new games are coming out and I want the complete set. By the way, I'm still missing Rune Factory 4 Special for the Switch in a box like this. Sadly, the European release seems to be almost non-existent. I think it was exclusive to the UK, so if anyone has it for a fair price, leave me a message, contact me, I'm willing to buy. So I've been playing quite a bit. It's been my Switch Lite game, so I've been playing it portably for quite some time, and I think it's okay. I'm still not a big fan of the new crafting focused version of the game, so I'm more of the old school like farming sim and life sim games, similar to A Wonderful Life, which is coming out next week as a remake. So I'm excited for that, doing some old school Harvest Moon or Story of Seasons instead of the new stuff. Like, I'm just not a fan of crafting. Still, my Nintendo Switch profile tells me that I have been putting 35 hours into this game. So time flies with a game like this. I'm in winter of year 1, and I just want to give a quick review later on. Let's take a look at this box first. So we have this. It was the 25th anniversary of Story of Seasons. I really love the art style they're using for the illustrations. Like, whoever does the art on these does a really good job, and I love this. So it's a nice little box. Down here you can see everything that comes with it, and we are going to take a look at that as well. This is the German version, which is identical to the other European versions. I'm not sure about the US or Japan versions right now, if they are any different, but let's take it out. So the contents are something I was not very excited for when that got announced, but I grew to love it over time. We got the game right here, and in the back a poster is hiding, so let's take that out. Here we are, fantastic. Otherwise the box is empty. Look in there, nothing in there. So let's take a look at the poster first, which is the most basic thing. It's an A3 sized poster. So if you want to put the cover art up on your wall because it looks gorgeous, I love this art style. It's so great, it's so cute. I love it all. Sadly, right, it's creased, it's folded. I don't know, I'm not a fan of that. I want a nice rolled poster. Like, if you allow me to buy this in a rolled, unfolded poster version, I will gladly buy it. We have, actually, let's look at this later. Let's look at the game first. So we got Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town, regular Switch version. I always keep my invoices. Like, if you're a game collector or just a fan of something, keep your invoices. It has the date on there. I still have my original invoice for like Animal Crossing Wild World, so I know exactly when I started playing that. And of course the game card is in there, which is logically in my Nintendo Switch right now. We have a few character cards, which are pretty nice. So let me unwrap this really quickly and try not to destroy the cards. I've been getting more into TCGs over the last year or so. I started buying a couple of Pokemon cards just to collect them. Like, nobody plays the game. And when it comes to game playing, I've been playing the new Digimon card game, which I highly recommend. It's a lot of fun with the erasing area. So as far as I remember, we got like character profiles for all of the love interests in the game. Reina is the one I'm going for. She lives and works in the museum, and she checks out your sees if there's anything valuable in there. Overall, the love interests, like the boys are as bland as they get, I think. Blair's also a cute one. I like her a lot. I'm playing a male character. The game is like unisex. You can date whoever you want. You have a boy, you can date a boy. Girls can date girls, much to the disdain for many fans of the series. Apparently because it's always added for the Western release. Only recently they started doing it for the Japanese originals. They needed to change a lot of dialogue to make it, unisex, and it takes out a bit of the charm, apparently, according to these critics. I'm not sure, I don't speak Japanese, I can't speak on that. Again, Laura, pretty cool. Whereas, look at the boys, they're as bland as they get, whereas the girls all have a bit more personality, even though, they're not too exciting. The character cards give a bit of a background, which is all in English, interestingly. This is the German set, still it's all in English. It tells you the name, the birthday, and what they like. Actually, I should have checked that out a while ago to see what I should gift them. So this is pretty nice, like the character cards. It's nothing special, but it's a nice bonus that I think it's just something to touch. And that's what I love about these collector's editions. You can touch something. And it's not something stupid like a figure or something. And when they put like a little cardboard standee or even like a plastic standee in there, I'm not a big fan. Like I'm not putting that up. It looks cheap. I have to be a pretty big fan of something to put up cheap merchandise of it. And now, okay, we have the problem. The glue of this is getting stuck here. I should probably put these in like penny sleeves. They seem to be standard sized, just to protect them a bit better. Actually, I think I'll do that later. Instead of trying to fill this in here, possibly destroying the cards with the glue strip on these, I'll just put these into penny sleeves later on, protecting my investment. All right, here we are, Story of Seasons. This is the game, and now this. This is an empty notebook. And I was always like, oh, an empty notebook, give me an art book, give me something to look at. I grew to really love this, especially for a series like Story of Seasons, which like caters to people who want to take notes, like write things down. What I especially love is this calendar in the beginning. You have the birthdays of all of the people in the game. You may remember if you played Back to Nature back then on the PS1, that in the back of the manual you got a calendar with all the birthdays, and nowadays it's all in the game, but it's nice to have it physically. You have like the season and what grows in it, so it's a nice little mini guide to reference while playing the game. And then just while playing, like I put down dates, like the 31st of March was the first game I played. So spring year one, I took a couple of notes, like what are the growing times for the different seeds, the buying price, the selling price, just to do a bit of kitchen table math to see, min-maxing a little bit, even though I'm not a big min-maxer for games like this. And yeah, trying to do a short list of selling prices, which is getting tricky in these because everything has a star level. Like the systems are getting overcomplicated in these newer games, I think. So it's like you only have a limited amount of notes you can take without going extremely crazy, but it's nice for a quick reference. I just did a few to-do lists. You can build out different sheds in the game, and you have to gather material, like crafting all the time. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of that. And overall, like this is it for the notes so far. You have nice cute pictures of all the pets and animals in the game. So it's quite nicely done. The paper quality is all right. I'm using a fountain pen, of course, and it's dealing quite nicely with the fountain pen ink. So it's not super cheap paper, but it's not like Clairefontaine or like Clairefontaine, they're like Rode, their other brand. Like it's not super high quality paper, it's not Tomoe River or something, but it's quite nice for game related notes. Now my thoughts on the game, and I said I'm not a big fan of the crafting stuff. I'm not a big fan of the newer direction the games are going. I'm more of a classic guy, and honestly, like at times it feels like this game, similar to a few of the 3DS games, were just built with a checklist. You know, okay, this is the checklist. It's not someone with a vision behind it. Like in the old games, okay, you could realize, okay, the first Harvest Moon, the first of its kind. Then like trying to remake, perfect that for Harvest Moon 64. Going into more of a like mission-based end goal version with Save the Homeland, to like the basically perfection of the farm sim on Friends of Mineral Town, and then a full-on life sim with A Wonderful Life. Like nowadays, like all the games seem to be the same. It's just the same game reskinned, and it seems a bit soulless. And yeah, to me it just feels like they are going off a checklist. These are the things we need to do. This is what we need to do. And I'm looking for, you know, we are going back to the roots with the Friends of Mineral Town remake, which despite the artistic changes they did, I believe is the definitive version of Friends of Mineral Town and Back to Nature. And now we are getting A Wonderful Life, which is the other side of the coin, the life sim coin. And I like that we're going back to that, but I don't want remakes all the time. So I hope they can move away from this more crafting-based checklist style of gameplay, more to the old one that has that, I don't know, to me it feels like there's a person with a vision behind it, instead of a businessman with a checklist and we need a new Story of Seasons game. So that's my thought on these, but still, it's not a bad game. I've been playing it for 35 hours and I plan on continuing every now and then, but with these newer Story of Seasons games, like I play for one in-game year and I'm basically done. I never get married in these games. Actually, Trio of Towns, did I get married or very close to married? I'm not sure right now, but that's one I played for quite a while. And even that one felt like a checklist at times, but that's still one of the like higher quality ones to check out. Anyway, by the way, I bought the DLC for this. The first game I bought the DLC for, like total waste of your money. It's not integrated into the main game very well, and just save your money on that one. I got it for sale for like $2.50 or something. So not a big waste of money, but the extra islands you get, the characters from the old games, it's nice to see them. You can marry the love interests, but not worth your money if you ask me. I wish they had integrated it into the main game a little bit better. Anyway, that's my unboxing for this. I've been dabbling into the GameCube version of A Wonderful Life again to do a good comparison to the new remake of it. So my next video will be me just kind of wasting a bit of time in A Wonderful Life and connecting it to Friends of Mineral Town, which is something that blew my mind as a child, that you can connect two games with each other. So we are checking that out later in a video. So tune in for that, and then next week get ready for a bit of A Wonderful Life remake coverage. Thanks very much for watching. See you next time. Bye. By the way, I just noticed this. If you open the box, like the little cow says hello. Hello.